Good morning, dear students. So far, we discussed about cell shape, structures, numbers. Also, yesterday we discussed about the three main components: cytoplasm, then cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. Let's talk further. Like cell. Let's draw a cell, animal cell. I will first draw animal cell. The first layer is known as cell membrane, which is also known as plasma membrane. This is the outermost layer of the cell, and this layer separates the two cells. For example, in case of animal cell, one cell is here, another cell is here. So both cells are separated by the boundary known as cell membrane. Each cell has its own cell membrane, and cell membrane is living. Cell membrane is living. It is living component, and it is porous. What do you understand by porous? It has pores. When you observe under microscope, electron microscope, you will see there are certain pores. And what is the function of cell membrane? It allows certain things to pass to cell from outside to inside, outward and inward movement, like water molecules or some ions want to come inside the cell and something goes out of the cell. So the movement of molecules is regulated by cell membrane. Cell membrane allows certain things. It is a semi-permeable membrane. It is a selective membrane because it allows only certain things to pass inside and outside. It does not allow everything to pass. It allows only certain things to pass inside. Okay, like when you go to function, for example, when you have some gathering, so they have pass to enter the ceremony about functions. So if you have that pass, then only you can enter and attend the function. Same way, like it is like a cell membrane allows certain thing to pass to the cell, and certain thing go outside and come inside. That's why it is known as selectively membrane. So it has pores, small holes through which certain things pass. It is living. It is made up of. You don't have to worry about these things. Just for knowledge, it is made for polysaccharides, phospholipids, and lipoproteins. Okay, for your knowledge, just understand it is made up of protein molecules, the cytoplasm, or sorry, plasma membrane or cell membrane. It is like a plasma. As I told you, assume a soap bubble. The liquid which flows on the soap bubble is similar like cell membrane. Cell membrane is plasma which flows and is a living thing, and it is present in both plant cell and animal cell. Now the whole area, which is like a jelly-like area, plasma-like area, suspended in the cell, is known as what? Is known as cytoplasm. Cytoplasm. What is the understanding by cytoplasm? Cyto means cell. Plasma means like plasma. So cytoplasm is the area in which cell organelles are present. So I told you yesterday, what are cell organelles? Like we have organs in the body, same way cells have certain organelles in the cell. Like this whole area is cytoplasm. Okay, both are same. Like cytoplasm is jelly-like structure. Okay, cytoplasm is jelly-like structure, and everything is cytoplasm. Inside this cytoplasm, we have nucleus. Okay, we have nucleus, and in the nucleus we have genetic material. And we have different things: lysosomes, ribosomes, Okay, these are cell organelles that you are going to study in 9th and 10th standard. Like we have endoplasmic reticulum, double membrane. So I am just drawing just for knowledge. It is not in your 8th standard, but just let me show you what are the things present in the cell. Then we have mitochondria, then endoplasmic reticulum, then we have rough endoplasmic reticulum. These are the, we can say, there are so many other different things like ribosomes we have, then we have centrosomes. Okay, different things are present in the cell. These all are known as organelles. The living component of cell are known as organelles. Let me erase it. Mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, just different things which are known as organelles. Centrosome, ribosomes, lysosomes, all these are present which you are going to learn in 9th standard. And they are present in, for example, if we have classroom, so we have floor. On this floor we have benches. Same way, the floor of the cell is known as cytoplasm, which is like a jelly-like structure. And in this cytoplasm, every organs are present. That from cell membrane to nucleus. What is this? It is known as nucleus. Let me just label it. This is known as nucleus. Now, nucleus is the main part of the cell because it controls the cell activity. Like we have brain controls the function of the body. Same way, nucleus controls the cell activity. Okay, let us understand what does nucleus have. So, like cell have cell membrane. Cell have cell membrane. So, this nucleus is having nuclear membrane. Let me draw for you again. Like nuclear membrane is not spherical. It is having pores. Like for example, there is a, we can say, area which is having small pores. You can see the gap I am drawing. Okay, so these gaps for this double layer is known as nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane. Like cell have cell membrane, same way nucleus have nuclear membrane. And it is also porous. What do you understand by porous? Porous means having pores. You can see these pores. Even this cell membrane is having pores. When you see at microscopic structure, it is having pores. So this area or hole is there in the nuclear membrane. So something can go inside in the nucleus and something can come outside the nucleus, which you are going to study in 9th and 10th standard. Okay. So there are holes to pass the transported things from nucleus to cytoplasm or to the cell membrane outside cell. Then we have when we see the nucleus with high electron microscope, we see a spherical structure known as nucleolus. Nucleolus. It produces ribosomes and RNA that you will learn in 10th standard. Then we have genetic material that is known as chromatin fiber. So we are going to learn three main important things of the cell. If the cell is of animal cell, first there will be cell membrane. If it is of plant cell, then there will be an extra layer of cell wall. If it is plant cell, then there will be extra layer of cell wall. But right now we are talking about normal animal cell, in which there is a cell membrane, which is known as plasma membrane. Then we have jelly-like structure, which is known as cytoplasm. Then we have nucleus, which have nuclear membrane. That is this double layer is known as nuclear membrane. It has pores, so to pass the things inside and outside of the nucleus. Then we have nucleolus. Okay, nucleolus. Okay. Then what we have? We have nucleolus. Then we have. Okay, everything, whole this is a nucleus. This is a nuclear membrane, these are nuclear pores, then nucleolus nucleolus, this strand-like structure is known as chromatin fiber. Now this chromatin fiber is actually what? Is actually supercoiled DNA. You might have heard about this word. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. It is a genetic material. It contains genes. It is a hereditary material which passes from the parents to the child. So each and every cell is having nucleus. We are made up of millions and trillions of cells, and each cell have nucleus. And in the nucleus there is a genetic material known as chromatin fiber, which is actually what? A knot-like structure, we can say Maggie-like structure. But when it was observed by Watson and Crick in 1952 that this supercoiled structure is actually a double helical structure known as DNA. So as it is very much complex, but when you extend it, when you see with the, we can say, when they have we can say observed, they find out this is actually a DNA of the large molecule deoxyribonucleic acid which contains genes. Now when cell is dividing, okay, how we have formed? We have formed from single cell to multicellular organisms. One single cell become two cell become four cell. So when cell is dividing, so when one cell is dividing into another cell, during that time this chromatin fiber becomes chromosome. Becomes what? Chromosome. So how many chromosomes are formed? 23 pairs of chromosomes are formed during cell division. That is 46. Human beings have 46 chromosomes during cell division. So this chromosome word is new for you, but it is actually what? Chromatin fiber, which is what? DNA. So normally when a cell is observed under microscope, it is chromatin fiber. But when cell is dividing from one cell to two cell, like let me show you here. Like for example, when one cell is dividing and forming two cells, at that time there is a nucleus, and in the nucleus, what happened? The chromatin material appears to be as a chromosome, and this chromosome appear only when cell is divided. After cell is divided, again this chromosome become chromatic material, and it contains genes. That is the hereditary character. And also these are responsible. This nucleus, this DNA is responsible for the controlling and we can say controlling the cell metabolic activity. Cell में जो भी कुछ होता है उसको कंट्रोल कौन करता है? Nucleus. So we have a cell membrane, which is living membrane, which is a plasma membrane which responds to stimuli, which is made up of protein, polysaccharides, lipoprotein, polysaccharides. We don't have to worry about the material. Then we have the jelly-like structure known as cytoplasm. Then we have nucleus. Inside the nucleus also, you know this, like this is a cytoplasm. So inside also there is a cytoplasm. But as it is in nucleus, it is known as nucleoplasm. This jelly-like material is there inside this jelly-like material. Cytoplasm is also there in the nucleus. But as it is in nucleus, so it is called nucleoplasm. It is same as cytoplasm. And this double membrane is known as nuclear membrane, nucleolus, chromatin material, which is DNA, supercoiled DNA. When cell is dividing, this chromatin become 23 pairs of chromosome, that is 46 chromosome, and all human beings have 46 chromosome, whether they are Chinese, Japanese. This is specific to human beings, 46 chromosome. And when cell is dividing, chromatin material becomes chromosome. Again, when cell is divided, two cells, you will see chromatin material. So this was about today. If you are in doubt, you can ask me. That's it.